Okay, Jackie, another week where off-field issues have probably taken centre stage. It's not what you want to be hearing, is it?
No, it's not. It's not been ideal. Obviously, it's something we've known. It's been coming for a while, and I think it's been playing on the mind of people. But obviously, we need to wait and see until we get the stuff through for the FA and take action from there.
Scott has obviously been suspended by the club. Can you give us any update on that? Is it just a case of waiting and seeing what happens now?
Yeah, again, we're waiting for the stuff from the FA. Once we get that through, then obviously we can sit down and go through everything. But obviously, my priority just now is to get the team ready for Saturday.
I don't want to go on and on about this. Do you think what has happened though maybe had any effect on Scott's performances so far this season? Has it been weighing on him?
I think it has. I think again, why I decided to take him out last week. I think it's the 2 games before that. I think it was maybe building up. But again, it's the most important thing, obviously, for our point of view, is we get back to winning ways as soon as possible.
Final question on this. Some people are saying with this hanging over him, why should Scott have been playing? But surely you're innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah, like anything else. And again, something spilt over from last year that's been dealt with now. Again, we'll just have to wait and see. So once we get stuff through from the FA, then we can obviously make decisions.
So I know I said last one, just one more. Are you surprised it's actually taken so long to be dealt with? Is it frustrating?
Yeah, it's frustrating, but I think it's frustrating for everybody. It's frustrating for Scott, frustrating for the club. Ideally we would have done at the end of the season, but that is what it is. We have to accept it, and the FA make the rules, and we have to abide by them.
What's probably made it even more frustrating this week was the decision by the referee at the end of the game last week at Forest Green to give the penalty. Are you completely over that now? Have you tried to use that as some sort of motivational factor, or is it just refereeing decisions something you've got to learn to live with?
Yeah, you've got to learn to live with it. I think we had disappointments last season with certain ones away in games, but I think for people that weren't there, the Gateshead one, we take it on the chin and we were poor. A lot of things went wrong in the night. Last Saturday I thought we were excellent. We could have been 2 or 3 up in the first 30 minutes. I think our keeper touched the ball 5 times in the first half. We didn't get the second and third goal, which we possibly deserved. But to be honest, not just a penalty. I think a lot of decisions we should have a penalty. With Jake, looking back, when you go over, you see things at the time, you think you're a bit paranoid with certain decisions. But when you look back at the video evidence, Jake's a penalty, even the one over the top, he's running through after that. A lad pulls him back. For me, is a lot worse than what they got a penalty for. Even the free kick leading up to the penalty was it the free kick with Matty Dixon. So there's, you paranoid. Yeah, I mean, every team feels hard, don't they, when they don't get decisions. For me, I was happy with performance, but it's very difficult, obviously, to show a lot of that when you've lost a game. You didn't deserve to lose, but I was pleased with the response we Gateshead. I think if we play like that, most weeks we'll do well.
Yeah, I put in my programme notes for tomorrow. I think it's the best attacking performance I've seen from York City, barring maybe the Portsmouth display in your tenure.
Yeah, I agree with that. Again, we should have scored more goals. Their keeper had a couple of fantastic saves, even down to 10 men. As I said, I felt really comfortable in the game. I thought we looked solid. Maybe we changed the shape. We looked more of a threat going forward. We looked hungry to get on the ball. We moved the ball very well from midfield. It was a good response, but again, we have to follow up with victories.
A couple of players that really stood out for me. First half, Richard Brodie. Are you now starting to see the fitness levels that you want from him?
Yeah, I think fitness levels here still got a good bit to go, Richard. But I think there's a pre-season, maybe 1 or 2 people maybe came to see a few games. I think he's maybe past his best with his body shape and his movement. But his goal was fantastic. His all-round play. Again, even at Gateshead, he was one of the kind of pluses for me. At Gateshead, we were putting yourself about and fighting for the cause. And despite the fitness side of it, we took him off after 8. He was absolutely knackered up there, and he covered over 10.5k in the game, which is fantastic. For a striker, it's been a while since one of our strikers, since I've been here, has covered that, which it shows you what he means to him to put his work in for the club.
Obviously, I remember him from his first spell here, and the one thing you're going to get with Richard Brodie is I don't think you'll find an opposition defender who comes off the pitch and says they haven't had an easy afternoon. Yeah,
and the opposition fans, he seems to, but I see that as a good sign. When opposition fans cheer shout and boo one of your players because they see him as a threat. You know, and hopefully Richard takes it that way as well. That's a compliment to his ability and his all-round game. You know, but he's a good asset to us. You know, in the park, how he and himself a good lad. You know, and he'll get fitter and better as well.
Made me laugh when he tried to shake hands with everyone coming off as well. That was quite funny.
Yeah, experience at that point. You knew obviously with certain things went against us. Even the bit leading up to Simon's sending off was a foul on him first. You know, there's so many things were very frustrating from that day. The bookings we received, or the inconsistencies with that. But you know, as I said, he has got a good bit of experience. He knows how to play, hold the ball up, bring us into play, which is very important for the way we want to play.
The other one was Matty Dixon in the second half. In the past, we've seen him as sort of used as a holding midfield player. He was quite often getting beyond the front man and putting crosses in the second half, and even when you're down to 10 men. Yeah,
he's got a lot of attributes, Matty, and it's getting that out in the pitch now. You know, we've seen it all in training, and been waiting for opportunity there since he came in. You know, he's a very good footballer. You know, and he has got good energy about him, and hopefully he gets a big bit of confidence from that. You know, and take it into the game at the weekend.
The game of the weekend against a working side that have only picked up 1 point. How important is it that you show the performance at Forest Green? Because there weren't that many York fans there in front of your home fans.
Yeah, I think it's important for all of us. I think for myself, the players, you know, the games at home, we're unbeaten at home so far. Won 1, well, should have won 2. In saying that, we haven't played anywhere near we can. But yeah, the fans will be waiting to see you know what they're shown in large spells on Saturday in terms of playing the ball, exciting, getting at teams and creating opportunities. You know, I want to see it, and the fans will want to see it as well.
Clearly, they haven't had a good start working. Areas there that you've identified that you want to target?
Yeah, I think there is. There's bits there looking at it. You know, they play very direct. You know, they try and split the two. So it's important we switch on at the back. I think for us it's important to make the game very long. You know, so we can use the ball properly in midfield and get the ball into the right areas. But the little bits there we have to obviously switch on is just concentration at the back. As I said, they keep the two up and then just they don't try to play at certain times. You just hit the ball long and into corners. The two forwards go into areas. So concentration there and make sure we take responsibility, enjoy the ball, and enjoy obviously passing to each other.
We know Simon's suspended. Have you got any other injury concerns?
We're still Whittle and Jack Higgins, but they should be okay. They've been doing some running today. They came through that okay. I think that's it. Reece Thompson's come back into training, so he'll be available for the squad as well.
Are you able to tell us who's going to be captain?
It'll be either Jack Higgins or Matt Fry, depending on which one we pick.
Okay. Can I ask you a quick question about Wrexham as well, so we probably won't get to talk to you before then.
Mm-hmm.
How much do you know about them at the moment? Or is it a lot of cramming that you've got to do between Saturday and Monday?
Yeah, well, we've looked at the both, with James, the analyst, he's been looking at the both games, got the stuff there. You know, they've changed their shape a little bit in the last couple of games. They're playing a 3-4-3, but we were starting with, which a system I do like if you play it properly and everybody takes the ball. But yeah, you know, they will play at home. You know, I think if we go and play the first 30 minutes like we did at Forest Green, will cause them problems. And I think, you know, being their home game, that their fans will turn them a little bit. They expect them to have possession, and there's a bit of demands on them. But again, if we go there, the same mentality, same fight for each other, and the response we had from the Tuesday that we want to see, then yeah, we can cause them problems.
And we know you're still looking for that first away win, nearly a year now since Yorkshire had an away win. Mm-hmm. It was an improved performance at Forest Green. You must think, what more have we got to do to get this win on the road? Yeah. As
I said, they're doing everything right in that game. You know, the contrast with the two previous games. To say the Gateshead put into a bad day all round. You know, there's the first game, obviously the conditions there, and the first game getting to the AstroTurf, which is, you know, maybe a good point away from home. But you know, the Forest Green's how I want to see them playing in large spells. Still a lot of room for improvement. We're passing, but when we do things properly, we're a good side. And does Simon come straight back into the side, being your captain, or is it up to whoever comes in on Saturday to earn this shirt, and maybe Simon has to sit on the bench on Monday? Yeah, we'll see how he does. You know, if it's the team plays well and everybody's recovered in time, You know, that's the competition for places. We've still got players to come back as well, with Lanry and Danny Galbraith, who we've not seen yet this season, Ben Barber. So the more options we have, the better.